Welcome to another CIRF Report, everybody. I'm Chris McCleary, National Dream Center. CIRF Report, we're looking for the biggest influence that's going to be affecting all of us and what we need to be doing in order to capture that energy, or in other words, to use that energy for our greatest good, both for individually and collectively. And we use Astrology DreamBot, which is a collection of dreams, otherwise known as Carl Jung's collective unconscious. And then we use iChing readings. So we did both of those today. This is just an update. Now, just for those of you who need a little refresher, we started the week with a relationship issue, and it's a continuum. So there was a lot of togetherness, fellowship, and relationship, but also some drifting. And you saw that in this continuum. Well, then we ended up with kind of World War III type of energy, especially in the DreamBot and the iChing reading, not so much in the astrology, and so kind of drifted over here. And now this is the update as of Thursday. Sun is supposed to sextile Uranus today, with an added bonus of Sun sextile the moon as the moon transits over Uranus. Uranus all about change, abrupt change, not necessarily war per se, but everything's very sudden. All these changes are sudden. And so it can kind of creep up on you by surprise. Now, what's even more surprising is we haven't seen much of that in the iChing reading or the collective unconscious. We've rather seen just more relationship stuff. So let's go into tonight's DreamBot run, quickly run over. And this is the dream words. And we've got in the red arrows, yang, male, and power is just, like train, fired, flight, dad. There's a father and dad, which represents sun. Sun clearly, we'll look at the astrology again, but sun is clearly pointing to, the father and the dad are showing, are represented by the sun. And sun is sextile Uranus. Uranus all about change, chest beating, and all that. So, things are still lighting up. The power is still there and still very present. Now, the other meme in the DreamBot or the collective unconscious is a perception. We'll just call it perception expectations. And it almost kind of felt like a female energy, but I didn't want to go that far. Female is receiving, but it's not necessarily just receiving energy, it's perceiving. And so your perceptions are going to be extremely important in the next few days. I did a iChing reading, and what I did was I had asked for collective advice on specifically for the relationship stuff. So, we went from very tight fellowship kind of stuff over to World War kind of stuff. Where are we? What do we need to know? Well, the coins flipped out 43 for us with a change line of 9 at 5 position, which is right here. That's the 5 position. And then with that change line produced 34. The power of the great. How about that? So we're still in this power zone, and that's a power struggle. But wait until you hear some of the nuances of these iChing hexagrams, and it gives us suggestions. I mean, hopefully the elite are listening. For 43, this is the breakthrough energy. And one must resolutely make matter known at the court of the king. It must be announced truthfully. Danger! It is necessary to notify one's own city. It does not further one to resort to arms. It does not further to resort to arms. It furthers one to undertake something. So basically what the iChing reading is saying is this: I asked for advice, and it says, don't pick up your arms, take your power energy and apply it towards undertaking something. Does it say something new? No, not necessarily. Although with the Uranus energy, sure, could be something different, but wait, because there is something to say in the next hexagram. So this is still 43. The lake has risen up to heaven, the image of breakthrough. Thus the superior man dispenses riches downward and refrains from resting on his virtue. And what this is trying to say is no hoarding. And, they use the analogy of money and coins. And eventually, if all you're doing is gathering all these riches and not sharing it, it will collapse. And so well, let me read the 9 in the 5th place. It means, in dealing with weeds, firm resolution is necessary. Walking in the middle remains free of blame. So, in terms of advice for relationships, it means that weeds, if you think of weeds, they're just constantly growing back, and you're going to get all these annoyances, and you're going to also get these distractions. And breakthrough means that you keep going on, you keep pulling the weeds, you keep moving towards your objective. Okay, so we have that, but all this energy, according to the I-Ching, is changing into hexagram 34, the power of the great. And based on our discussion, like, whoa, wonderful, more power. But it's not like that. The image, thunder in heaven above, the image of power of the great. Thus the superior man does not tread upon paths that do not accord with the established order. Let me get to the punchline. The punchline is, however, true greatness depends on being in harmony with what's right. I think that we have gotten into a lot of problems over the years with this one statement on what is right. Harmony with what is right. And, you can go to war with that. Like, I know that my God is more right than your God and all that. And, thousands of people die because of that, ridiculous belief. So let's go to the next sentence. This one I think is a lot better. Therefore, in times of great power, such as what we have right now, the superior man avoids doing anything that is not in harmony with the established order. Boom. So, at a fundamental level, both individual and collective, what they need to be doing and what we need to be doing is first breaking through. So resolution, keep on going, keep pulling the weeds, keep moving forward towards your goal sets, but also do not disrupt the current order necessarily. No, this one is directly related to today's alignments. So we had the sun sextile Uranus earlier. The moon's going to come over Uranus, and then it's basically the sun sextile Uranus and the moon. So it's like a double Uranus. It's again, Uranus also being about electricity and some technology and stuff, although Mercury's technology to help communicate. But electricity, that's Uranus, and that was in the DreamBot runs all week. It's still there, the technology and stuff. So that's pretty cool. But what this energy is like is a lot of change and wanting to change, and maybe not even wanting to change, but seeing change. Uranus doesn't care if you want to change or not. It just pushes out that change. So anyway, that can produce, probably where the power is coming from is, first of all, moon in Aries. Aries is very powerful. There's a cardinal sign and fire sign both, and very outward and expressive, and can get egocentric. But then the moon also makes a square with Mars and Mercury, and so that's disheartening. Then tomorrow you've got the sun making a trine over to Saturn being the ideals and the law and all that stuff. So you're not going to want to change there. So this quick hold change, and the I-Ching is correct. It just sees it all and says, just stick with what you have, use your power to take up something and move on. Right? It's simple as that. Don't make this too complex. It's in terms of relationships, it looks like, according to the I-Ching, that a war hopefully is not going to break out. If we have anything to say about those, do not pick up arms to solve your problems. All right, with that, you can go back to the previous, the weekly forecast. I'll put that up section if you had any questions about the week and the days. Look at that one again. The energy is still there. I mean, it's still about relationships, but it has switched more towards power, and it's how you use that power. Don't use it against the other folks. Stay on this straight and narrow towards your objective, and you should be just fine. We're gonna start working on a slideshow or a little video for the solar eclipse, so look out for that one. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. I appreciate everybody. And by the way, I'm blown away by the response we've gotten. We've kind of shifted around how we distribute this video, and we didn't this time, or at least the last update, and had a great turnout, great response. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for the shares and likes, and we're building a community. So hopefully we can start getting to know each other and bat some ideas around. But as above, so below, these astrological layouts are definitely showing up in the DreamBot and the collective unconscious, and we are creating our reality. So we want to make sure that we're on the leading edge of what we're creating. Sound good? So we'll see you in the next video. Hopefully the next one will be about solar eclipse coming next Tuesday. So stay tuned. See ya.